So honestly, after episode 6, last episode, I just really want to focus on Oliver's revenge, against the whole teacher. So we kind of get to see the teachers and they're in this dark room, sitting on this round table, and it seems like they somehow are like a group, like all those teachers we saw. They're a group, the one that assassinated Oliver's mom. And I guess the headmaster explained, it's been 4 months since the disappearance of one of the teachers, and I'm guessing like he was also part of the group, the council or something. And I can guess from, because we saw the teacher kind of use her power to kind of slaughter someone, and you can tell that it was like out of fun. Like the other teachers weren't really surprised. They were just disgusted of like, oh, they have to do here, like at least do it somewhere clean. And so I think after watching that, like they're discussing, the disappearance of the teacher, and the headmistress believes that it is someone from the that sitting in the table, is responsible, but not coming forward and saying, I killed him. Until there's one of the teachers says, what if it was actually a student? And she says, if it was a student, nothing really changes. We're gonna find him, and like whenever we find him, we're gonna punish him, I guess, or kill him, I guess. But I think she really believes that someone was in the round table. Someone like went after their own, pretty much. And she's not really surprised for that, so it really makes me wonder, like, how are they able to be part of this group when, like, everyone in that group is also your enemy. So you could do something to piss off a member of the group, and they'll kill you no matter if you are or aren't part of the group, as they are. So that really is surprising. But yeah, also after seeing that they're all like in the council together, it makes me wonder, like, the reason why they went after Oliver's mom was because I believe that I guess she was part of that round table before she was killed, and I guess she was threatening to expose them, because it seems like they were a council for a long time. And so that begs the question, what other things are they involved in? Like, they might, like, what other underground business, black market do they have underground? And I feel like Oliver's mom was trying to expose them, and I guess the council, they found out, and all of them went after her, as to tie up a loose end, I guess. But yeah, just wanted to bring that up really quick. The other thing was, I think while Oliver and Pete were, walking with the student council president, the president even says, oh, I'm sorry for what happened in the Coliseum, like, we should have been able to do something. But he doesn't really explain, but he just says, he implies that, oh, we couldn't really do anything because we were, late to the scene, but we should have normally done something, because it's later explained that he normally does, he checks in on events, pretty much. He patrols the labyrinth, pretty much. And he says, I should have been able to do something, but he couldn't. And Oliver says, no, it's fine. So it makes me think, like, with Oliver's power, could he have somehow um like delayed. Like originally he would have been there, but I think Oliver in his power, he did something to the future. He rewritten the future, and that kind of delayed the president from doing his usual nightly patrols around the labyrinth. And so in that way, Oliver, he kind of makes sure like he, that no one is there to actually identify him or say like, oh, there's these students that are going after these the teachers of the school. So he pretty much reassured that there was no witnesses. So I do believe Oliver did something to the president to get him for him not being at the labyrinth that night. And so nothing really. I mean, nothing pertaining to Oliver's thing. Like I explained, it's been 4 months since Oliver killed the teacher, and so right now I think he's just laying low because we saw, he saw the teacher, like one of the teachers is teaching him, and I guess he has to sit through that class. And I don't know, I just had to give, Oliver some props because for him, for what they did to his mom, it's so, like, I would expect them, like, to kill, to make a move on the teachers, like, on site, pretty much. But it's amazing how he was able to compose himself, stay composed. Like, he was able to, go through a class with, that one of the teachers that is responsible for killing his mother. So I do want to give Oliver some props for staying composed throughout that, and is very, patient. Like I said, it's been 4 months since he killed the teacher. So I think like I just wanna praise him for his patience in all this situation. And one thing I do want to mention right before I end it, so we find out that one of the teachers, he didn't. I don't think he committed. I don't think he was a part of the whole group that was responsible for killing Oliver's mom, but we see one of the teachers, and he is the teacher that is incidentally the same one that kind of recruited Nano. As we can see, we see this blonde gentleman of a teacher who recruited Nano to get into the into Kimberly, pretty much. Like, he was responsible, and we see him in the background with the teachers that are responsible for the death of Oliver's mom. But what I do want to say is that we don't really see him, sit at the table like he's a full member. No, he just stands. It seems like his not guarding. Seems like he's an attendant to one of the teachers that is a part of the council, as we saw. Like, he like when he was discovered, as like when he was on the ceiling and he was discovered, instead of going to sitting down at one of the seats at the table, instead he kind of stood up. Like, he went down on the ground. He, instead of sitting, he went to the, I think, corner. Like, he stood behind one of the teachers that was. So it makes me believe that he was a kind of a half member. Like, he's an attendant. That makes me believe that he's like a half member to this organization. and it makes me question, like, he must have had a reason to recruit Nano to go to Kimberly. So I do think that since he was the one responsible for Nano being at Kimberly, we might see a fight between Nano and Oliver probably towards the end of the series, probably around episode 11 or 12. We might see a fight between her and Oliver, because as we know, Nano is like, oh, revenge is bad. Like whatever you do, you cannot seek revenge. Like it's bad. Meanwhile, Oliver, he's just doing, like, it seems like his whole reason for even going to that school, Kimberly, is to exact revenge. So might be there might be a battle between them. You know that revenge and revenge is bad. See who wins at the end. I think Oliver would win at the end, because on top of his knowledge, because we see his knowledgeable, in school. Aside from that, he has a really broken soul ability, pretty much like the one that can change the course of the future. So I really think Oliver would win that fight, but yeah, overall it was a pretty good episode. I mean, not as exciting as episode 6, but in this episode it seems like we get the aftermath of pretty much like the aftermath of what happened, what's happening after Oliver killed the teacher. So I think that we're seeing Oliver right now pretty much lay low, like he's waiting for the heat to die down, because he knows the teachers are like not fully on alert, but they know that for a fact that one of the teachers are missing. So they're kind of on alert for that. Not really for Oliver, but they're on alert now that one of their teachers is, dead, I'm guessing. And yeah, overall, it was a pretty good episode. Certainly does, certainly does, make me excited for next episode and see what that has in store for us, because right now I think it's just episode 7 and there's like 12 or 13 this season, so it makes me really excited for the future of these episodes. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it there. Please leave a like, subscribe, and thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.